Good day and welcome to another edition of Outside of Genie, where we will be looking at the racing today, the 30th of August from Turffontein Inside Track. Before we look at the fields and the form, just quickly a few things. For those persons listening to Outside of Genie for the first time, how, uh, how do Outside of Genie operate? Well, Outside of Genie is do a form analysis, and we then give punters outside the selections that they can use in their play. We are not tipsters per se. We give you the outsiders that we think can either place or win in a race. You take that outsiders and you add it into your play, whatever you play, because each punter has got his own favorite play. Then you add that numbers to what you like, and if those selections do arrive, you will then get a bigger payout, which is ultimately what every punter strive for, is to get that bigger payout. Nobody can make money on favorites. So you need to have that outsider to boost the dividend for you to make a larger profit. If you want to receive this on a daily basis, this video, this preview, then just click on the subscribe now button and ring the bell, and you'll be notified every time that the video is posted. We are also available on Twitter, Instagram, and there is our contact details for WhatsApp, or you want to call us 0835855133. We just quickly want to look at some special offers where you can subscribe to our daily form analysis. Currently, we got the special until the 31st of August. Our normal package is 500 Rand per month, but if you sign up today or tomorrow, you can get the selections for September for 400 Rand, so you save a little bit of money there. Or you can take a package from September to end of December, which would have normally cost you 2,000 Rand. You will then get that for 1,200 Rand. That means that you get your selections at 300 Rand a month, and that's quite a substantial discount. So contact us on 0835855133 to arrange your package. So what do you get when you get a daily form analysis? We give you race by race selections, outright winner, and two possible outsider selections. So for each race, I give you the horse that I think can be the winner. Now, I have given in the past, I have given horses 25 to 1, 50 to 1 as an outright winner. Recently, I gave my members Whirly, which was my outright selection at 50 to 1. And then I also give you two possible outsider selections. That is the numbers that I think of horses that can either win or place in the race and can boost the dividend. I mean, I have given outsider selections that didn't win but paid as much as 12 Rand a place. So I also give you two value bets each day, normally 5, 6 to 1 or longer. I give you the best bet of the day. I try to give value best bets. I don't give 8 to 10s. That you can find yourself. But I give you a better price horses, and I have given best bets of the day as high as 6 to 1. I have not seen a lot of tipsters in this country that give a 6 to 1 as the best bet of the day. Then for those that like trifectas and quartet selections, I give you my selections. You can add your own numbers in or use some of my numbers or play as is. That is your choice. The same goes for the PA and the pick 6. I give you a pick 6 and a PA that is affordable, and you then take that numbers. You can play as is or add in your own numbers or use some of those numbers. That is your choice. And that is what makes my service so different from other people. I give you the numbers and you must add them with what you like, because every person, when you analyze your race card, you do find that you got certain horses that you like. So you take your horses that you like, you add mine in, and hopefully you get a bigger dividend. I do apologize for this. Now, when we send you out selections, we will add you to what I call a paid group, and you will get this in a PDF form on that group every day. All your selections one page. Your race by race selections, pick 6, PA, quartet and trifecta, your daily value bid, and then I give a small patent. The patent is the same as a Yankee, but a patent consisted of three horses that gives you 4 combinations, where a Yankee is 4 horses that gives you 11 combinations. So that is that. Let's now move on to the racing for today at Turffontein, where we kick off with race 1 at the 12:33. It's a maiden plate for colts and geldings over 1200 meters. Let's have a look at the betting first. Dawn of a New Area, 14 to 10. Westway, 16 to 10. Desert Boy, 9 to 2. Cold Fusion, 14 to 1. Quest for Good, 18 to 1. Catch Me Holy, 20 to 1. And longer the rest. Yeah, another very strong field. Let's go down to number 5, which is my first selection, Visaway. Yeah, Visaway and the other horse that is the favorite, it is Dawn of a New Area. I think they are closely matched. Dawn of Area is drawn 7, and Visaway is drawn 2, and Lyle Hewitson on board. And also, I did do some homework, and out of both of these races behind Dark Tide and Forever Mine, already there have been some winners and horses that placed for second after that. So I think Michael Azzi might be in the winner's box after the race. Other horses that you can look at is number 7. Number 7 is a Cold Fusion. This horse had a reasonable debut to the racing, I would think. It is a Duke of Marmalade colt out of Vaal. He did finish second fastest to 400 meters. So that shows to me that the 1200 meters will suit him better. 23.6 is not too bad. So can definitely be involved in the finish. Here we have Dawn of a New Era, and definitely in with a chance to win. Drawn 7. The jockeys in form had a nice winner yesterday at Greyville. This horse also ran on well, 22.8 fastest 400 to finish. Going around the bend now for the first time, as is the other horse. So definitely in with a chance. Number 9, Desert Boy, is a Vaal by out of a mare out of Elusive Quality. Desert Boy, drawn 10. Yeah, just watch the betting. I mean, the problem with these first timers, you don't know the ability, so you play on your luck and your feel. And that's why I'm not very keen on punting on these type of races where you have a lack of form and you've got first timers going to the races for the first time and you don't know what the ability is. So let's move on to race number 2. I must say it looks today not like a very difficult card. Smaller fields, short price favorites. Yeah, that always makes me nervous. These horses is so short in the betting because ultimately they get beaten, you lose your money. And it's difficult to make up that money if you lose a lot of money on a favorite. Here we have race number 2, number 12, Zimbabwe, 8 to 10, 6 to 1, Malvern, 8 to 1, Fireflower, May Queen, 8 to 1, Minans Princess, 14 to 1, Arabella Queen, 16 to 1, Samoa, 20 to 1, New Bell, 20 to 1, and longer the rest. Yeah, quite a large field. I want to go down to this. When I saw this, I immediately, this horse comes of a race, but Lyle Hewitson against Sean Terry is no fool. He won't bring a horse to the races. This horse debut in a juvenile plate, and he ran 0.75 lengths behind Warren. I think Warren won his first 3 races, and he says green caught late. So I'm looking forward to this horse, winning this race. Then, yeah, Milan's Princess did had a nice run 2 runs back, and then last time was extra late. But I'm sure we'll definitely run a better trip. Also very well bred. Captain of all by a trippy me. Definitely a horse that has got a chance. Can be involved in the finish. Now, there's a lot of older horses in the field as well that I just feel, Nubel did ran an improved race last time in a work riders, has been there in bouts, can probably be considered for the back end of your quartets. Arabella Queen, the same there, 4-year-old already. Kumalo riding, he's riding well. I think he might be trying for the championships again. Can also be involved in a finish. Spectacle didn't run a good race last time, although it was running in a handicap, not in a maiden. You can probably consider it for the back end of your quartets. Marvin did run a better race behind Fast Better than this, just got beaten on the line, so can also be involved from draw 1. And then number 2, Way Queen, via Stratum, unfortunately jumping from 13 draw, not the best draw, but has been there and thereabouts. So can, Stratum do improve horses, so can be involved. And then here's Fireflower, a 4-year-old that has not been unplaced yet, also jumping from draw 10, now bringing back to a shorter distance, so can also be involved in the finish there. So let's move to race number 3. Race number 3 is a maiden plate for colts and geldings over 1600 meters. Let's have a look at the betting here. Number 10, Enrico Cichetti, 5 to 2. First of 5, 33 to 10. Fantastic Impact, 4 to 1. 9 to 2, Lisa Swan. 12 to 1, Hagrid. 16 to 1, Peter Sham. And 20 to 1, 25 to 1 at longer the race. So let's have a look at this field. Race 3. Here we have the 2 stablemates. First of Fire, which is my choice. Drawn 9. First of Fire did run well in his last race, and I think will even be better suited over the 1600 meters. Was running on at the end at 22.2, second fastest to 400, and I do feel that First of Fire, 4-year-old, will be hard to beat in this race. Peter Sham, about 2 rounds ago, I said I don't give the horse a chance, and he ran second to Artis and nearly beating him. So he just shows you. But this is also a horse that is very erratic. You never know which Peter Sham is going to pitch up. Yeah, there's not a lot of strong form in this race. Let's go down to Enrico Concetti. Enrico Concetti jumping from draw 11, which is not ideal. Last time out was leading and faded over the 1600 meters. So can be involved, but I think the 4-year-old stablemate might be, a bit, be better over this distance for now. Here we have the debutant, a Fantastic Impact, a real impact colt from Australia. So I don't know the ability. Sherwin Brown on board, so maybe just include in all your bets. Then we move down to race number 4, which is a graduation plate for 3-year-olds over 1200 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Now here again, Vaal weight 13 to 20, 7 to 2 Quartet Trip, 7 to 1 Rapid Fire, 9 to 1 Bowie, 18 to 1 After Hours, and 18 to 1 Carnally. Now, guys, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Now, it is really for me, sometimes bookmakers, how they steal people's money because they price up horses so short. Everybody thinks that this horse is unbeatable, he cannot lose. And I can tell you, just over the last week or two, I've seen many short price favorites being beaten, which I would have never said. You can price up this horse at that price, because the other horses must then like have 3 legs, because according to the betting they got no chance. And I do think that this is a case in point. I do not say Varsviki cannot win this race. I do not say he's got much ability, but pricing up 13 to 20 against other horses which has got similar form. I mean, my choice in this race is number 1, Bowie. That's currently 9 to 1. He's getting minus 2.5. 2.5 at this age do make a difference. So if you look at the best handicap, Rapid Fire is the best handicap horse in this race. Carnally is second, Bowie is third, and he's getting minus 2.5. He's better handicapped than Varsviki and After Hours, but they price up Varsviki at 13 to 20. Now, maybe I'll be a fool. Maybe this horse, Varsviki, will come in at 5 or 6 lanes. I don't know. But I can tell you at 13 to 20, I won't be putting any money on this horse. I'd rather go for value. Because if you look at number 1, Bowie, yes, he was beaten 10 lengths by Pray for Rain. But Pray for Rain is no donkey. Pray for Rain has run some decent races again on yesterday at at the Gravel. Unfortunately, he had to jump from the outside draws. And yesterday at Gravel, any horse jumping from the outside draw was a killer. Yeah, there was one or two, I think, the one horse, one from draw 9, and Running Brave, one from draw 11, but it was over the 2,000 meters. And also the Gold Cup was drawn from 11, but that was over 3,200 meters. But over the shorter distance, not a single a single horse that jumped from the outside yesterday Gravel won a race, and that is a killer. So for Pray for Rain yesterday, I'm talking about. I mean, he jumped, I think, from drawn 12. He went to the front, but he ran his heart out. But he still ran third against some of the better horses in the company. Here we got Greens, behind Greens, and then he beat Southeast. Southeast was also in some of those features. And last time out, he was running in a gradation plate behind Southeast. He got cramped, bumped at the start. Now he's getting -2.5, but they're betting 13 to 20 Vaal Vicky. No, I don't think that is a good price. Sorry if I sound like I'm going off, but I really get something annoyed with the way bookmakers price up. But I can be wrong. You might be laughing at my after the race. There, you fool. I mean, you don't know what you're talking about. I mean, again, after hours, he did well. He debuted well, but he still he won fast 22.7, which is not bad. And he says you're in control. So he was in control from the race. So he can't discard him. Quite a trip. Also, they had a nice debut behind Vaal Vicky. So I can see maybe it is true. He can't beat Vaal Vicky. And this Maritek didn't do much last week at the Vaal. So, yeah, you're maybe one that you can maybe discard. But in this race, in the pick 6, I'm putting in the field for the guys. Canali run well over shorter distance, even beating Southeast. Short behind War Room, Portico, and then they put him over longer distance, which he didn't like. Here he ran in a grade 1 behind Tempting Fate, 7 lengths behind. So this horse has got ability, and that's why he's on top of the merit rated column. Last 22 runs ignored, too far. But also, it was no donkeys he was running against. So Karnali definitely in with a shout. Rapid Fire as well. He's run well behind Greens, 16 behind Green, but he's run well behind Springs of Caramel. Afternoon, T has, I think, won 3 races now. So Rapid Fire at 57.5 kilogram, also in with a chance. So let's move on to race number 5. Race number 5 is number 1, 7 to 10, Sudden Charm. Letitia's Angel 9 to 2. In Tart 5 to 1, Wine Tasting 8 to 1, G4 Go 12 to 1, Feather and S 14 to 1, 16 to 1, Sheltering Sky, and scratching number 7, Bold Leah. Well, here we get the favorite number 1, Sudden Charm. And this horse, the way this horse won by 6 lengths, I can understand now that this horse is 7 to 10, because surely he did jump from this course and distance. Well, from this course, it's now 200 meters further, but I'm sure you won't have it. You won't have a problem, and you won very, very easily. So definitely, I can see this horse at 7 to 10 because the field here is not so strong. This T-shirt Angel ran second behind Greens last time out. Intant is still has also won, but has run a few behind, including Medical Flight, New Zealand, and Canali. But I think number 1 will be too strong for him. Wine Tasting also won last time out. Theatre of Dreams. Feather and Nest got up. That day they backed him at I gave him as my one of my value bets for the day, and he was actually 16 to 1 in the opening betting, and he got up to beat Malvern. And these veterans, I see they run well lately, so in with a chance, I would think. G4 Go still a maiden, has run against some decent swords, but still a maiden. Bold Leah scratched. Southern Sky, I don't think can win this race. So let's move to race number 6. Race number 6 is a Phyllis Mares 92 handicap, Class B, average merit rating 88. Let's have the betting. Risk Taker 2 to 1, Kairos Camp 4 to 1, Josh Keating 5 to 1, Destiny's Champ 6 to 1, Encryption 6 to 1, 7 to 1, Strada Stratali, and Rouge 12 to 1. Well, let's kick off with number 1, Rouge. Cruiser is one of those horses, you can never ignore him. He's won already 9 races. This horse is no donkey. 2 runs back, 3 runs back, he come in at 6.25 lengths, but was beaten soundly by Risk Taker, and I don't think can he reverse the form unless something goes wrong with Risk Taker. Yeah, Risk Taker took a while, this daughter of Frankel. When he ran in that race, put on the green light, I actually favored him that day, and then last time out behind Kaila's champ, I sort of ignored him, and I don't know why, but he really won well, beating Kaila's champ. But I think they are close together, so they can, Kaila's champ can reverse the form with him. Just kidding, has also run some decent races in small futures. Last time out ran second behind like Liquid Irish from draw 1, can bother those other 2, and also Encryption is running well, getting the -2.5, so can probably also be involved in a finish. Number 7, Strada Statale, and +12. Yeah, has got some decent forms, but I think the top ones, Encryption and those, might be a little bit too strong for him in this race today. Here we have race number 7, which is merit rated 88 handicap, class B, 85 over 1600 meters. And here the betting is as follows. Number 7, Crank It Up 22 to 10, Prince Ivaranov 4 to 1, If Ladnov, whatever. Oscar Wilde 11 to 2, Greek Fire 6 to 1, Beneview 8 to 1, Lone Survivor 10 to 1, 12 to 1, Category 4, 16 to 1, and longer the rest, Roy Tom 28, and Sinner Lizard 40 to 1. Now, let me quickly run through this field for you. Guys, Sinner Lizard has run a few decent races, has been putting over, since coming back from the race, over shorter distances. But this horse has got some sort of ability. He's not a donkey. You don't get a merit rating 92 for nothing. So what you can do is pop this into your back end of your quartets, because this horse is going to definitely like the 1600 meters, although he would prefer 2000 and more. But the Paul Matches table is in form. You cannot discard, so put this in the back end of your quartets. Many of you ran an improved race last time down the express from the US. There's definitely a horse that got ability. He has had wins over this distance, so definitely can be a contender, although drawn 8, carrying 61. Then Roy Tom put is also matched, put in the back end of your quartets. This horse has got ability. He's run against some decent horses in the past. And he can come up at you anytime. Unfortunately, drawn 10, but definitely a quartet horse that you need to include. Greek Fire has run against stiffer competition that he meets there, and he's always there and thereabouts, 4 lengths, 6 lengths. And one of these days, number 4, Greek Fire, is going to put it together and win a race at a long time. He's very well bred. You can see he costs 3 million rand as a yearling, but unfortunately, I don't think he will be recapping that amount. But surely he was a looker at the sales. Then we have a look at King's Archer now getting a little bit longer. The 2 getting -4, but I'll pass by for today. Also, Lone Survivor did win 1 rand back, but I think they are stronger in this field. Crank It Up is the favorite, has now won 2 in a row, but against lesser competition. The competition in this race definitely much stiffer, and definitely not a certainty for me. Kamala riding race 8. I think race this horse Prince Evranov from draw 5 has got the ability to improve, has only had 4 runs, and I would think if there's an improvement in this race, this will be number 8, Prince Evranov. Then we have number 9, Oscar Wilde. I think Oscar Wilde is much better than his form. You don't pay 4.5 million rand for a horse that doesn't look like a racehorse. He won on his debut, and then last time out, after a long race from November to August, I think he just needed a run. Now drawn 1 today, carrying 55.5. Canon Murray on board. I do think this horse is going to be hard to beat. 11 to 2, a nice price for each way bet. Category 4 ran 1-2 races, and then ran 4th behind Whirly. But I think these horses will be too strong for him today. Then we move on to race number 8, which is the last race on the card, which is a maiden plate over 1600 meters. And here we have the betting as follows. Number 9, Let There Be Light, 3-1. Legal Star, 53-10. Flower Season, 9-2. Number 10, Miss Venezuela, 9-2. Fireworks, 8-1. 14-1. Anatura, and 14-1 Stunning, 16-1, and longer the rest. Now, I've got no hesitation. For me, the best bet on the card today is this horse called number 8, Legal Start. Has only had 3 runs, has been improving. Looking for the longer distance, I think the 1600 meters will even suit more. He debuted behind Water Fatina, then Fantasy Flower, and then last time he ran in the future, 6 lengths behind Water Fatina. Water Fatina that ran in the future yesterday, unfortunately didn't future. I think it was 3rd or 4th, if I'm not mistaken. But was also with jumping from draw 11, which was the kick of death. But Water Fatina did run well yesterday, so that will enhance this horse's chances. So therefore, in my mind, number 8, Legal Start, the best bet of the day. Here we have number 9, Let There Be Light. Also run well and is also looking for probably for a longer distances. Run well, second behind Astral Place, but I do think Legal Star might just be a little better on the day, and it's also drawn 1. Not that draw 5 is a bad draw, but I do think jumping from position 1 to give you that slight advantage. Miss Venezuela has run places. I think if you look here, Pomodoro by Costa del Lago, definitely the 1600 meter will suit this horse, and she can travel horses 8 and 9, so definitely a horse to include in all your play. Here's Suntrax, a Philanthropist by Silvano, would also be looking for the longer distances. Do include in the back end of your quartet with Pierce Stradum on board. Then we have a few other older horses in the race. Art Escape is not showing much at the moment. I don't think we'll win today. Fireworks also has been placed in and thereabouts. Kidder minus 1.5, but I think from draw 11, the 3-year-old will be too strong for this horse today. And Anatura has run a few places, but yeah, is suspect and not always run to her ability. So I think again the 3-year-olds in this race will be stronger. The same goes for Flower Season. Has run some places, can definitely run, be involved in a finish. Lyle Hewitson from draw 6 should do include in all your play. Stunning has been there and thereabouts. Last time out, I was big on Stunning. He did disappoint. He's also drawing from draw 10, so maybe not today. Kotsapachi has run a few places here and there, but definitely I don't think can win this race, as with goes for number 7, which has not really got any form to speak of. So that then concludes our preview for today. I hope I can point you in the right directions and you can make a bit of money. And as I always say, break a leg.